Okay, we got one person here, but let me see if I can comment. Yo, Swapnil. Hi everyone. See if I can pin this one up there. Then what happens? Nice. We got pinned message up there. Yeah, that's good. So, I want to answer some questions today. Maybe. But that does not mean we're gonna get serious. We're gonna stay tuned, see what happens. We got Swapnil in the one person crowd. Maybe he or she is also gone. Maybe we have someone else. We don't know. But I know that eventually we will get a question. Then we can just answer it. Maybe we go through a very nice, short, a small guided meditation, to set the tone beautifully for this session today. How about that? Will you meditate with me? I don't think so. You don't like to meditate. You only like to hear about meditation. You only like to know what is the best meditation because it's always easier to look for something rather than just deal with it. Okay, let's do this. Ah, to Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, all the enlightened beings, enlightened masters, all the spiritual beings, the spiritual helpers, all the spiritual masters, my higher self, all the spiritual beings. I humbly invoke your presence, guidance, love to be here with us today for divine bliss, divine oneness. Thank you with full surrender. Thank you. Okay, let's start this session. Let's go deep and then come out and stay on the surface like a big whale. You ready? We're going deep. You gotta take a deep breath because we're going deep. When we go deep, you need a deep breath. Simply close your eyes, find a comfortable position. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. You do not need to do anything else. This is enough. Just close your eyes in a comfortable position. The rest is just complementary. The rest is not mandatory at all. First, we take the vision Second, we relax. Get comfortable. Close your eyes and simply relax. For once, let go of the tension. For once, allow this body relax. Now take a deep inhale, and with your exhalation, let every muscle go. To make sure you are really letting go of the tension, every few seconds, you need to let go again and again and again. This process should never end because your body is fully conditioned to get tense. In the modern world, we get tensed after 7 seconds. So every 7 seconds, you need to relax again. But it's okay, it's fine. Always put a reminder for yourself to let go again, to relax, to let go of the muscles again. Then they will try to go back into their tension, into their spasm, because you're fully conditioned to put your muscles in tension. The hormones that are releasing in your body creates tension, creates a stress, creates anxiety. The muscles cannot relax during a stress, during anxiety. They need to be tense. Therefore, relax. For once, allow your muscles to relax. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and let go. Take another deep breath in, exhale, let go. A few more rounds at your own pace. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let go. With every exhalation, you feel you're becoming weightless because there is no tension, there is nothing that you can cling on. It's all relaxation, it's all presence of no tension. Now take one last deep inhalation in and one last exhalation. Let go before you open your eyes very gently, very slowly. Very gently, very slowly. Allow the light to come into your eyes as if you're opening the morning curtain. You do not want to be fast. You do not want to be quick because you just woken up. You want to let the light come in so gently, so beautifully. Wow. Now we gotta go to sleep. Your meditation video popped on my feed and I have been subbed ever since. So, you are new around here then. Welcome. Welcome to this session, welcome to this channel. But remember, this channel is not an ordinary channel. This channel is not like any other because it's not unique. Every other channel is a special. It's unique. This one has nothing. Don't cling on to it. 'Can I ask you a question real quick? I have to leave in a couple minutes. Just ask your question. You should not worry about the question. You should worry about the answer. We don't know if I will answer you or not, but the question doesn't matter. So just ask it before you just put all this text there. There's only so many ways to fat cat it up, brother. I don't know what that means. Whatever it means, I hope it's not going to block us from YouTube or something. Seven people. We got 7 people, 2 likes, no questions. It's okay. The question will come. I should be worried about the answer. Because you gotta ask, I gotta answer. And honestly, every answer will scare the shit out of me. I see your channel has been growing up recently. Did you do anything in a specific in order to gain those, or your state of being, your state of being? I don't know. Do you have a channel you want to grow? That's totally different topic. We can talk about it some other time. That's totally different person, you know, the tech savvy one, the mammy that can make things happen in social media and the internet and I don't know, software engineering. But at the moment, I'm not that person. So I guess your a few minutes is over. I'm a creator myself, yes, that's what I guess. And if you need any creator help, find another time, brother. At this moment, I cannot help you with anything related to this game of YouTube, but I can help you in other time. Yo, yo, yo. Nine, 4 likes. Pathetic. Really, we should be on 9 likes already. People who are new here, thank you. Thank you for being here. But you should know that This place is dangerous. You should know that this place is not an ordinary place. See you, brother. Hello, I have just seen your video about breathing. Hello, you just seen my video about breathing. Please, God, give me a good question. Let's see what do we have here. Yusuf, my friend. Good morning. I'm finding that I don't talk much around people anymore. I'm seeing that there is not much for me to respond more and more. This is a normal thing. Let's pin this one for a second. Wait a second. Can I pin it? I have to unpin that one first. Okay. Now we pin this one. Nice. Nice. I'm finding that I don't talk much around people anymore. Let's talk about this one first before we get to the rest of the whole thing. I'm finding that I don't talk much around people anymore. Every intelligent being will eventually come to this understanding that one does not want to talk around people anymore. So, that's an intelligent act, move. Why? Because by and by in life, you realize that people talk for one reason and one reason only: to grab your attention. If someone has to say something to another person, you need to grab their attention first. And slowly we live a life that this grabbing attention, it's not only by saying hello, how are you? It's not by making a sound anymore like old times. Hoo, 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 hoo. It's not superficial anymore. It's not simple. It's complex. If you want to grab people's attention, you got to be complicated. You got to interest them because our brain continuously seek novelty to an extent that is broken right now. To an extent that if you don't give constant novelty to it, it will find a situation to make you feel bored. And in this boredom, just because you're not used to it, you go through a certain mental pain, mental fatigue. Therefore, you gotta jump back again to the stimulation. So, every one person out there looks to grab other people's attention. And this brokenness of brain, it becomes too much that not only you want to grab another person's attention, now your job is to convince them that you are worthy of this conversation. Now your job is to make sure you have something to say. Now your job is that pleasing people. But you don't have anything. Therefore, you talk about yourself all the time. Me, I did this, I did that. Yes, yes, I've been there. Oh, you've seen that meme? Yeah, I've seen that meme long time ago. I'm very cool, you know. I'm very ahead of my time. I'm just always, in the know. But by and by, again, an intelligent being realized that, well, this is also a waste of time. This is also something that does not lead to anywhere. Therefore, you start asking more questions quietly from yourself when you grow old. Well, is this satisfying? Really? Is this something that going to fulfill my teenage desires, my sexual desires? Because most of the talkings, most of the words, it's because of sexual desires. Now it's a very, you know, big detour. We don't want to go there. But most talks are because of the sexual desires in modern world. You cannot find any conversation that is not for sexual desires. Everything is very sexualized. Everything is constantly looking for this taboo of sex, right? Even the highest highest political debates are sexual. If you look closely, you will realize these two people that they're about to become president, all the talks are just basically comparing who has the bigger genital, right? At the end, everything is about sex. At the end, with men, with women in modern world, everything is about sex. Therefore, an intelligent being reached to a level that is not a teenager anymore, grows up, become an adult, and then it starts questioning that is this really satisfying? Is this what what I want to do with my life? And also, if you're a meditator, you will ask these questions more and more and more and more. Therefore, it's so easy and so common that you want to become a little bit more isolated. You want to become a little bit out of this attention grabbing scheme. You want to stay out of this ego oriented conversation, whatever it is. Either you want to grab someone's attention with saying, me, I'm important, I did this, I did that, I read this book, I read that book, I went to Himalayas, I did this, I meditated for 6 months, 1,800 hours, 10 hours every single day. All of these things are nonsense, are just simply bullshit that we put out there to grab someone's attention. Sometimes you do it really nicely, like I did, for example, and grab more people's attention. But at the end, it does not matter. At the end, what matters is that you put up the work and become intelligent. What matters is that you don't get lost. You stop talking. You just think and sit there and do this process of metacognition, this process of thinking about thinking, because that's just the only thing matters. Let's get to the second part of the question. Hmm, what is this? But we got some other things going on. Let's see what other things going on. How should I start concentrating on breathing without any fear? Because whenever I concentrate on breathing in the moment, we will see what happens. Is that normal? Is there free will? The goal speaks with words and thoughts. The surface speaks in with silence. Nice. Do you believe breath is the bridge between worlds? Hello, how can I stop my addiction urges? Hmm. Okay, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We got 10 people here. Yeah, give me that pity like. I love that. So, again, I'm finding that I don't talk much around people anymore. I'm think I'm seeing that there is not much for me to respond more and more. Is that a normal thing? This is the second part. Is that a normal thing? What is normal? What do you consider normal? If you consider what the crowd do normal, if you consider what the majority of people do normal, then no, this is not normal. But if you consider what others do, the majority of people do, it's not normal, then this is normal. It's all up to you. How do you want to see it? I don't know. Which one is the way you look at the crowd? I don't know. Maybe you are more intelligent than the average. Maybe you are less intelligent than the average. It's all up to you. Okay, we go to the next question. Hmm? How about that? Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you. How should I start concentrating on breathing without any fear? Because whenever I concentrate on breathing and the moment I realize my breathing is stopped, I get trembled so much and never do it again. Damn, that's a good question. I don't know if the person who asked this question? Is asking a good question or is asking a question? Because it really depends on whoever is asking it. And I will tell you why. The name is Ayush Raghuvanshi. Okay, that somehow sounds Hindu. I don't know. But why is this important? Who's asking this question? I repeat the question. Listen carefully. It says, how should I start concentrating on breathing without any fear? Because whenever I concentrate on breathing, and the moment I realize my breathing is stopped, I get trembled so much and never do it. If a regular person, a non meditator, is asking this question, I would say simply allow yourself to breathe normally and naturally again after you feel the fear. Whenever the fear comes, just simply observe the fear, don't observe the breath. The moment you observe the fear, it drops, then you can breathe again normally, naturally, simply. But if the meditator, the person who is asking this question, is a professional meditator, and why I say professional meditator, I would consider meditation an extreme sport. So you gotta be a pro in this sport, right? There are points in meditation that the breath stops. And if you're a pro, you know that. Here, either you gotta allow the breath to stay simply the way it is, therefore, get over the fear of dying, and this will pass. So, if you really meditate to a level, look, I'm not talking about someone that sits for 1 minute and then breath stops. That's not a pro. That's not extreme sport yet. When you meditate long enough, when you play with this breath long enough, when the body has whatever it needs from this prana enough, there will be a point that your body is like, enough. I don't want any other breath because you've done your job and I don't want any more air in. Therefore, you can simply allow your body do its job. Therefore, you can simply allow your body to stay without a breath because that happens. And I won't tell you what happens after because your question is for now here. And what happens after is usually people, oh, yeah, what's going on? We're not going to get there. And I don't think very soon we will not get ever there, perhaps. I hope not. I don't know. But this was a nice question. Let's see. Let's see. We unpin it. Thank you, brother. And who am I? Mammy. Yo, Joe, my friend, my brother. Thank you for being here. We got 17 people here. Damn. We're becoming popular. You see, Joe? Many people. 10 likes. Okay, we got 10 likes. Let's find another question. Who was where? There was some question that it was. Yeah, maybe that was it. Is that normal? Is there free will? that's not worth answering really, because that's enough to answer. The ego speaks with words and thoughts. The self speaks in silence. I read that before in this chat actually. Don't think that is something profound before. Hello, how can I stop my addiction urges? Yeah, that's a good question, but it's very broad, you know. Give me a little bit more context because I don't want to talk about that in very broad way. Who am I? Yeah, that's a good question, but you should not ask me, you should ask yourself. 11. All for me, Joe. All for me, you see? All of this is for me. This beautiful me. uh I actually can use this screen as a mirror. For so long I didn't have a mirror. Let's see. Oh, 11. We got 11, 10. Let's make that 11, 11. Is more beautiful, because I see it on my screen next to each other, how many people are there and how many likes. So at the moment we have 11 people here and 10 likes. So if one person give me a pity like, it would be 11, 11. Then we will satisfy our worldly desires. Any more questions? All these 11 people, are you guys just coming in, jumping out? No questions? You're like, Now one person jumped out, one person liked. Now it became 10, 11. Damn, the same time. Divyarana, hi. You have questions, plural. Can you please talk more about how to fail more in life? I feel like failing more in life is essential. Your name is Idan Hasid or Hasid? Hasids are cool. You know Hasids? I hope you know. They are pretty cool branch of Hebrew, right? Judaism. Yes, please help me. I am stuck in love. Who's not stuck in love, brother? How can I just help you? Honestly, how can I help you? I'm stuck in love myself. Can you please talk more about how to fail more in life? Let's pin this one up there and simply answer it by giving a bathroom break. Because the first thing you need to do is simply stall. The question is here. I don't want to answer it. I just want to have fun a little bit. I gotta fail to answer this question, right? So I will mute myself. I go to the toilet, and you perhaps also do that. Then we can be together longer. And also, you can just meditate for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna be quick, number one, not so long. We are back. We are back. I'm gonna drink more water. So, let's see. Better to be stuck in love than out of love. I always wasted my day in thinking about someone. Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. So, what do we have? Yes, failing. Okay, if you're really interested in failing, I have a program, I have a course that I made a few years ago, right? And I plan to actually run it soon. I've been doing only one-on-one on it, you know, and but then maybe I just want to publicly allow people to participate, and then we will have like sessions every week. Therefore, it might not be like costing anything, but it will only be like selected people. So now that you're here live, you just maybe remember somewhere comment in some video that says interested, only the word interested, and then I can just put your name or give you something. Then in the future we can get into that program, and this program is called How Not to Live. And what's the relevance of it is that in this question that you're asking, how to fail, or explain a little bit more, is simply all your life everyone told you how to live. All your life everyone tried to teach you how to live, how to do something, right? From, I don't know, putting up a TV on a wall as a DIY to some PhD education in university. Everyone tried to just educate you, everyone tried to just teach you something, and you will continuously wanted to learn something. The process of failing in life, the process of failing in this society, the process of failing in general is simply not to learn more, simply not to play with the ways of the society, with the ways of the world that it has always been there because of conditioning of human beings. We have to be able to condition the mass, condition the average human being to be able to rule over this average human being. And there is always a certain intelligence above this average human being, right? Certain intelligence that is here, and some is, let's say, we call it evil, and some we say it's good, right? And it does really everything based on certain morality, good deeds, and everything. And then the higher intelligence we have on this side, let's say evil, and all of these people that they prefer control, they prefer like power, they enjoy that process of being able into this hierarchy going higher and higher. Therefore, most of the times you are part of this average human being. Most of the times you have two sides that is ruling over you. One is called the spirituality, the other one is called capitalism or materialism, right? Until you get to a certain age, until you get to a certain point in your life that you can think for yourself, you can simply call yourself an adult, and perhaps depending on what country you live in, depending on what privileges you have in life, therefore you can choose a certain path, a certain direction for yourself. So before you get to this point, you're mostly under control. Before you get to this point, you're mostly an average human being. Like there is no other way. Like you cannot go through this life and not be average human being certain years of your life. It can be from like 7 years old, and then after 7 years old, perhaps you're a genius, and then it I don't know, you become someone that is completely extraordinary and just revolutionary, which rarely happens 7 years old. But it happens sometimes 15 years old, 10 years old. But usually you are living as an average human being to a certain extent in life. And I would call it, it takes around 30 years for an average human being to realize his averageness. This is what I gathered through my life. I gathered that average human being usually figure out that they are average human beings around 30 years old, right? They might never figure out, they also just can live the rest of their life. But on average, 30 years old is the year that you realize that you've been living a fat lie. And that's because, anyway, average age in this world, in this globe, is around 30 years. Therefore, it takes around 30 years for an average human brain to realize that what they are living is a big fat lie. Now, you learned so much in life. Simply you gotta unlearn it. That's the process of failing, my friend. Unlearn whatever you learned, and you will fail tremendously. You will fail magnificently, right? You will fail gloriously. This microphone was here, and I was talking. I hope you heard me well, my friend and friends. We got 11, 16 likes. Damn. Damn, we got more likes than people. This is even better. Good morning, all. Hello, hello. Let's see, what do we have? All are just deterministic. Brutal reality only. Do. Hi, everyone. Ahava. Yes. Hi. I have recently started watching your channel. And sorry that I am little bad in English. But apart from that, Mr. Mami, I can't able to break my cycle of wasting and regretting for day. Help me. It's Mammy, Thunder, brother or sister, but mostly brother. Welcome. Oh, Joe, yes. Nice. I love the topic. Helpful to refresh at any age. Yes, Teotao, my good Russian Nikolai. Yeah, Nikolai. You are Nikolai. I am a successful failure. Yes, happy homesteaders. Yeah, thank you for being here. We got old friends, we got new friends. Embracing complete failure in the search for happiness is such a good place to arrive to, even though there is no arrival. Howdy, likely won't hear anything, but wanted to say hello before I want before I went and got my wisdom teeth removed. Oh, okay, Dakota. Hopefully it goes well. Not me. We had another question, which I'm not sure if it's worth answering or not, but let's read it again. Divyarana, I have recently started watching your channel. Nice. And sorry that I am little bad in English. But apart from that, so far we didn't get anything, right? Mr. Mami, right? So far you made me read more than I could to get to the question. You're occupying my brain. I can't able to speak my to break my cycle of wasting and regretting for day. Yeah? Help me. Okay. You want help. You want help. You want help from me. You want help from me to break your cycle of wasting and regretting the day. Am I listening right? Let me pin it and get a little bit mad at you. You want me to help you to break your cycle of wasting and regretting the day? No, honestly, is that something fair? Is that even possible? Hmm? How can I help you? Should I come to your home and let you not waste and regret your day and what? Be your coach next to you? Please, Divya, don't waste and regret the day. You are the only one person, my friend, and I don't know how you waste your day, how you regret it, but I'm pretty sure you watch perhaps either lots of porn, lots of social media, lots of things that you just like, ah, what am I even doing with my life? If that's the case, well, do less, my friend, do less. Meditate a little bit. Meditate. Sit with yourself 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute every single day. God damn it, how is that not even possible for you? Huh? 1 minute. If you do that 1 minute every single day, you sit with yourself and do nothing. Don't watch porn, perhaps. Don't touch yourself. Don't go to social media. Don't do something that it just stimulates the goddamn brain. 1 minute, 1 minute, my friend. If you can't do that, how can I help you? And we'll unpin this one. But please forgive me. I don't know you. I'm just throwing this out. Unpin. Let's see what's going on. It's like the more you fail, the more dirt and mud you collect. If you want a pretty lotus flower, you need the loamy pond soil, or the seed will wash away and have no nutrients. Joe, for now, I will just only call you. I will not tell you anything. I am you, and you are me. So I ask again, who am I? Is that a threat? My friend, Sarah Lumani, or I don't know, Sarah Amuni, whatever it is. Because if that is threat, I can't help you. But if that's a real question, I might be able to help you. And I think you're kind enough to not threaten me. So I read again, and I will put it up there. Even though this question has not much value of answering, I'll do it because I hope you go sit with yourself and ask that question from yourself. I am you, and you are me. So I ask again, who am I? Right? You asked this question before. Simply, you asked, who am I? And then I told you, why do you ask me? Go ask yourself. You got, I don't know, emotional, pissed, poetic, whatever it is. You put down, I am you and you are me. So, if you're so clever, if you're really clever to tell I am you and you are me, then you don't know who am I, right? Because that's the question. Therefore, get rid of this intellect. Get rid of this. Don't play. Don't play with these words because they don't mean anything. These are way of communications, my friend. For thousands of years, sages asked you to sit and ask, who am I? Because my realization of who am I will never help you. Don't do this to yourself. Be honest. Don't get clever. Clever will not reach anywhere. Unpin it now. Let's see what's going on. Happiness arises effortlessly when we completely stop expecting it to come from doing anything. Then it starts shining effortlessly from being ourselves and allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are. Let me just see if I can increase the size of the text here. No, I can't, but we'll see. Did you feel pain in center, head? Hari Prakash. Hello. If you feel happy after meditation or it's normal. Are you originally from North Africa? I look a bit like you to some extent. Terrible, terrible situation we have in the chat section. Someone, please. Best way of doing meditation is what? Best way of doing meditation. I'm from India. Oh my goodness. Terrible, terrible situation we got here. You guys are new here, huh? I think soon I have to create a situation that we are not in this situation. So it's okay. That's what happens when videos go boom. Then I gotta go through this. Yes, it's a failure, Manny. I just seen your video that day, last day. Yeah. So what about it? Who is that person? You should know that whatever video that I put out there, I don't associate with it at all. So whoever put that video out there, good for him. He got some views, he made some money, but not me, my friend. I don't know who was that. Ask question from me. Sometimes you have to find the right question to ask before you will get the answer you seek. This is the right person here we got here. That's it. This guy is new, but knows how to deal with the chat section. Brando, hey Brando. Sometimes you have to find the right question to ask before you will get the answer you seek, huh? Yeah, I'm new, just discovered your channel. Do you go live at this time often? Mostly at this time, yeah, I think, but I go live anytime, so people have more chance to connect. It doesn't necessarily fix time. First, because I do a spontaneous, and second, then I cannot connect globally, if I go only one time. But mostly suitable for me is like morning time, I do, yes. Good morning. Thank you for streaming. Yes, brother. Thank you for being here. Okay, we got one OG here. Oh my God, this guy. Well, let's see what's going on. Isn't everything inherently manipulation of some kind in the mental realm? What do you think about that? Look, learn a little bit. Learn. Look at the question. Look at the topic. OG, my friend. Ole, my friend. I will pin this one up there. However, he is an OG that he will not listen to me. Like whatever I say, he doesn't listen. He asked the question, he might even just leave right now, you know. He might not be there at all. He just asks, throw something deep and disappears, you know? Look at that, true. I know, brother, I know. And then, but that does not important. He is not important. The question is important. What we are dealing with is that he comes in, he dabbles into the stream of consciousness. He's like, okay, let me deal with this part a little bit and then go do my due diligence with the whole thing. But the good thing is, at least we got something to work with. Isn't everything inherently manipulation of some kind? Look, why is this question beautiful? Because you need a certain capacity to realize that everything is some sort of manipulation. Look, this is deep. This is not something that you get on the surface. Because on the surface, you got to figure out if one thing is manipulation, second thing is manipulation, third thing, fourth, fifth, it just goes on. That's most people they're living. They know the manipulations. They know selectively like this is a manipulation. I go to this supermarket, these brands and these products are somehow next to each other in a way that it creates a manipulation. It creates a certain way of me buying more stuff. Therefore, you figure that one out. You're like, okay, I don't go to supermarkets anymore. And if I go, I am aware of these certain manipulations. Therefore, I don't buy so much and I don't do things that I am not supposed to do, right? You figure this one out. Then you go to the bus station, you figure another one out. You go to another place, you figure another one out. Most people, they figure the manipulations along the way, they live and they die. Someone has to go through some procedure, someone has to go through some thinking, someone has to go through some realization to tell himself, wait a second, what if everything is manipulation? What if whatever I do is somehow a manipulation? That makes the question beautiful. That makes the question on its own valuable, even though maybe Ole just came in to just create some sort of trap for us to fall into, you know. But we got him, and now he is still around, you know. He could not be still around. That's not most cases. Yes, brother, everything inherently is some sort of manipulation. If we don't do that, we cannot survive. Simply, if we do not manipulate this, whatever exists around us, we cannot survive. Some people might want to survive longer, some people might want to survive based on a hierarchy and they go higher and manipulate more and more. But even an average human being, anyway, lives in all illusion, right? Some people realize their illusion, they come out, they have a different manipulation. Some people stay in the illusion and have more manipulation. But an average human being lives entirely on manipulation. That's what so many cultures find out, so many religions find out, so many lineages find out, and so many modern also people find out. We have this term of matrix and all of these things, right? What is this matrix? It's like simply everything is a manipulation. And then you figure out the matrix and you want to come out of this. Everything is a manipulation. Therefore, things become tricky, right? Now, if everything is manipulation, are you stepping out of this manipulation? Is also a manipulation? Let's get to the second part of this question. In the mental realm, what do you think about that? In the mental realm. So his question is that is everything a manipulation in the mental realm? Now we're talking about what? The matrix. Like, is everything a matrix? Yes, everything is just simply a manipulation. But gladly, he did not ask about the spiritual realm, thank God, because we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about mental realm. That's what most people are dealing with. And if someone talks about the spiritual realm, just stay wary, it's just like be careful, don't fall into that trap, you still cannot grasp. That's what we are like getting into. Everything is a manipulation. Every literal thing is a manipulation. I am simply here to manipulate you into my own what pleasure, joy, bliss, and at the same time some people become awakened. Some people find their way. They don't seek me anymore, because I'm not the person that they're going to cling on. No, they figure their own shit out and then they will get out. I am just a tool here, right? And I have to manipulate you. I have to confuse you. I have to create a certain situation for your brain to be able to observe. My job is to confuse you. Confusion is my art. If I don't do that, you will not observe. Because confusion is your brain's ability to observe. Therefore, whatever I say, take it with a pinch of salt, right? Because if you take it literally, my friend, everything is a manipulation. Thank you, Ole, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Let's see what's going on here. What does he say? We unpin this one or no? Wait for the second next one. Dear all, I am new to meditation and all. Why I ask how to do it. One, let me tell you something very serious. One, do not ask how to meditate. One meditates. This is simple. If you ask how to meditate, then you simply don't want to meditate. That's the truth. Yo, yo, yo. Let's see. Chakra is a spinning wheel or vortex of physic energy in the subtle body. It's true? Jesus. He is onto something. Sunder. True, haha, yogi stuff. I am new to your channel. I am here because you and I are at similar places in our journey. I have no questions. I am 70. My man, I see you. Thank you. Manipulation, Joe, manipulation. It makes it neutral. Difference between manipulation and manifestation. Yo, Joe, hold up, man. We'll get there. Let me see. There was one question up there that it was not really worth answering. Chakra is a spinning wheel or vortex of psychic energy in the subtle body. I say it's not worth answering because honestly, we gotta talk about it for hours and hours and hours. And then at the end, you will be like, you're wrong. And that's, I don't want, it's just like, it's a waste of time. 3 hours of talk and then you tell me you're wrong because you seem like you already know the answer. And why would you ask? You know, why would you ask? Um, okay. Difference between manipulation and manifestation. Joe, I don't want to pin this one because I want to make it quick and dirty. You know, quick and dirty. Can we do that? Quick and dirty. It's the same. Manipulation and manifestation is the same. So, whenever you want to manifest something, you got to manipulate this reality. It's fine. But it's the same. Manifestation. You see, even it comes afterward. So apparently the word for the thing that I just mentioned is manifestation. We got this beautiful man here, Luke McMurray. Luke McMurray, we had him before as well. Nice. Thank you for being here, Luke. Sarah, we got Sarah now. The noble, blah, 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 blah. While practicing the deep practice of Paravarano, looked upon the five with Kanano, seeing they were empty of self existence, and said, damn, he said a long thing. Okay, the quotation mark doesn't end. Don't do this with me, please. Where is the quotation mark ends? Oh no. Horrible situation you create for me all the time, Sarah. The same holds for sensation and perception, memory and consciousness. Hello, Mammy. I'm Romain, living in Brazil. Hey, Romain, my friend, thank you for being here. How to choose between the things? How can one make choices? Ooh, look at this. This is a good one, huh? We got a good question here. How to choose between the things? Let me put this one up there. Unpin. Unpin. This is a good one, my friend. Who asked this? Nikhil. Nikhil. Hmm? What is that? How to choose between the things? How can one make choices? One cannot make choices except for the time that one makes choices. If you understand this, you understand all. Now let me drink some water. When you talk about choices, what do you talk about? Because every single part of your reality comes with decision making. Every part of your daily life involves decision making. Sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously. The times that it happens consciously, perhaps you call them choices. However, we just established that your reality is a manipulation. Now, in a manipulated world, every choice you make is manipulated. Therefore, you cannot make a choice that is right or wrong because the essence of this choice is already manipulated. Therefore, you cannot Ask yourself, do I make it right or do I make it wrong? Therefore, one, never make choices. And the choices you make are basically are the ones that you want to create your reality. Now, in this reality that you're creating, you got to make choices. Now, if you want to make it deep, if you want to make it complex, that's up to you. But your reality is created by your choices. Your reality is simply created, even though manipulated, is created by your choices. The right and wrong doesn't matter. What you do doesn't matter. The way you create your reality matters. Now, what about it? Huh? What things you mean that you want to make choices about? Let's see. Manipulation vs control. Cultivate awareness, meditate. Pretending like time exists. What are your thoughts on waking up from the dream vs waking up as the dream? We'll have that conversation in another life or a previous one. My morals make most of my choices, and when I feel guilty, I end up stuck questioning my choices. I get something new to forgive and be okay with. Thank you for appreciating. What? Thank you for appreciating. Someone appreciated you, Joe. My morals make most of my choices. My daily means. I think it culminates into pantheism, elemental of material realm, dream. Okay. Don't get too deep, brother. Give me some words that I know the meaning of. So, the secret of life is everything is out of control. That's the secret of life. Like Sarah, that's the secret of life. So we figured life out. Now we go home. What do we do? What do we do now? We figured the secret of life. You at least know the secret of life. What do you do after? Huh? Be sensible, my friend. Hmm. There was some question we wanted to look back. What was that? Why do I have to make an effort to begin my daily meditation in spite of how fulfilling and uplifting the process is? There was another question. Why did I not find it? Oh, yeah. What are your thoughts on waking up from the dream vs waking up as the dream? Let's give it some thoughts, huh? It's okay. It's okay. On pin message. But before that, maybe we take a quick break, huh? It's been 1.5 hours we're talking. Honestly, it's been a long time we're talking, no? And we got 20 people here, 25 likes. This is incredible. This is beautiful. This is fantastic. This is really a nice session. This is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking. Thank you for giving me time to manipulate you, to perhaps get into your head and push you toward the cliff and kick you, and perhaps you will jump and you will find out you have a parachute of your own from the beginning of existence. So we're gonna be fine. Pantheism, everything is God. Okay, that's a new one. Damn. Okay, break. We go on a break. Let's give It's 1:22. Maybe 5 minutes. How about that? 5 minutes? One thumbs up, I will go. Give me one thumbs up. One of you. Because one of you is important. All of you is not important at all. But one of you is very important. Not one particular one. No, no. One. Yes. No one is giving thumbs up. Damn. Hello, brother. Remember me or remember me? Yes, I see one thumbs up. Thank you. Find something solid to focus on, like breath. Yes, that's what you do. We go on a break, 5 minutes, maybe 2, 3 minutes. It doesn't matter. I will just mute myself. are back. Okay, okay. Thank you for staying. We got plenty of thumbs up and plenty of people are still here. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh my God. I am definitely so blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Oh wow. Man, this is something. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. Who's here? Who's the new person? Damn, it's a lot. Gotta find the questions. Hi, Mammy. I'm new to your channel. Is it possible to live life with unconditional surrender? That's a that's a fairly fine question. I will come back to it, but we have some question up there. Just another guru. What you got for us? I'm not a guru, brother, and I have nothing for you. So, there was this. Yes, what are your thoughts on waking up from the dream? Yes, waking up as the dream. We will pin this one up. There is this very famous, very popular, perhaps Chuang Tzu or Lao Tzu, I forgot which one of these. There is this Zen anecdote that let's call Chuang Tzu. Chuang Tzu one day woke up very depressed, sitting in his bed and not getting off. One of his disciples come to him and ask him, Master, what's up? What's happening? Why don't you get out of the bed? I haven't seen you like this in no time, not at all. And then Chuang Tzu was like, I am a little bit disturbed. And the disciple was like, oh, what's the disturbance, Master? And stuff, all these communication happened. And Chuang Tzu was like, I had a dream. His disciple, let's say, Lao Tzu, was asking him that, well, that's a normal thing, right? That's fine. And then Chuang Tzu says, no, you don't understand. I was dreaming that I was a butterfly. And then Lao Tzu again is like, yeah, that's also fine. That's normal. What's up? And then Chuang Tzu says, no, you don't understand. Now I'm wondering if I am Chuang Tzu in the body of the butterfly, or the butterfly was Chuang Tzu in the body of butterfly. I said it horribly, but you get the point. In this situation, Chuang Tzu is a master, right? In this situation, Chuang Tzu wants to create a situation for Lao Tzu to understand certain thing, right? And this certain thing is the same question, is that waking up from the dream vs waking up as the dream. Both is the same. Both is simply the same. One must not fall for the other. You should not fall for this reality that you live, because this reality that you live in is simply another illusion that you were in a dream. What's the guarantee that this one you will not wake up from it some point in life? Therefore, you should always treat it as some dream. You should always know that you can create a lucid dream. Perhaps you can create a lucid reality as well. But most people don't realize this. Most people don't understand that they can make a lucid reality. But they often look for this lucid dreaming. They often look for lucid things. right? Not lucid things. I wanted to say this astral projection that is the new trend these days. I see it a lot. People don't want to take control of the reality. People don't want to face the reality. They always want to escape the reality. They always want into dream after dream after dream. All of them are the same. Therefore, just at least take care of this dream instead of getting lost in some butterfly's body. Figure this one out. What happened? So many people. Not so many. 14. It's good. Yeah, we got good amount of people. That was my thoughts on that, but it was a little bit scattered around the thoughts because I don't know really. I don't know the difference between different dreams and different realities because all of them are the same. Take us to the new year. You guys need a direction. Oh, I didn't know. I need a direction. Thank you for reminding me. Max, what do you think of just sitting and observing sensation in the body without reacting? Yeah, I think very highly of it. What else do you want? I don't know. Um, yeah, is it possible to live life with unconditional surrender? This is a beautiful one, right? Fairly fine, we said before. Let me pin it up there. Is it possible to live life with unconditional surrender? My friend, Toby, Toby Moody. I don't know if you are the same Toby that emailed me. I haven't responded to that Toby yet. But if you're the one, perhaps we can talk about it in some private session. But if you're not that one, we will talk about it here anyway. We have to make one thing very clear. Unconditional surrender is simply not gonna work because surrender is unconditional on its own. So you cannot have unconditional, unconditional. Then it becomes too negative, becomes positive. And why is surrender is unconditional on its own? Is because surrender can only happen when you know that there is no struggle anymore. Surrender can only happen that you know that that's it. They're gonna kill me. It's the enemy is here. They got the gun at me. I have my hands up. I surrender. I cannot do anything. I'm not in control anymore. Have you been in the state of surrendering? Have you been like in a situation that the police catches you, you do something? If you've been in that situation, soon you will realize that you are not in control. Soon you will realize that the police is the one in control. You are surrendered. There is no condition here. Already is unconditional. Already the situation is somehow is not in your control. Now let's read the question again and drop one unconditional. Just use the surrender because that's the important part. Is it possible to live life with surrender? If that's the question, now let's talk about it. But maybe the question is something else. Maybe I get it wrong. But that must be the question. Is it possible to live life with surrender? Yes, my friend. It's possible to live life as a hostage. Is possible to live life in prison. Is possible to live life in control of others, right? There are so many people, they have to live with surrender anyway. They haven't been privileged enough to perhaps be born somewhere that they can just have conditional things, or some people go to war and become perhaps in custody of the enemy and all of these things. It's possible. But I don't recommend it because you know how it might feel, right? It's in prison, in agony, in suffering, right? However, I have a feeling that you asked this question with the intention of this surrender is for one particular case. And that would be what? Either the God or the Master, someone that you can just simply surrender to. If that's the question, if that's your intention, because most people anyway live in surrender. Most people live in prison. Most people live unconditional situation. The condition is not theirs. The condition comes from somewhere else, from the outside world, from the society. But if you mean, is it possible to live this life with surrender to, I don't know, whoever you want to call it, but maybe a master, maybe God? Yes, it is possible, my friend. That is also possible. It is recommended or not, that again is up to you. But it is fully possible to live life like that. 99% point 9 of humanity live life with surrender. I have the solution to your problem, but you are unwilling to listen to me. I was in a happier state. News came in and destroyed it. And just woke up too. You people need to chill. Maybe I should block you because taking some space and we don't need this much noise, you know. You could also be kind of efficient. What is this? Like, seriously. But it's fine. It's fine. Let people just like let go of their catharsis, you know. Even though they might be stressed and anxious. Cry for help. Yes, Joe, that's what it is. Sending you love and blessings. You got whatever you're faced with. Yeah, Joe. I assume you're gonna be still around. Maybe. How can I just can I do something with people? Hide user on this chat. Ah, nice. This channel. Oof, that's even better. Put user in timeout. Nice. Yeah, I am in control here. So pray and cry for the divine mother to take control. Yeah, he gotta go on some time out sometime soon, you know. Bentai gamer. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Destiny will tell. In which place you're currently living in? I'm just in an island somewhere in middle of Atlantic Ocean. Belongs to Portugal. I think that's enough to know. You should come and meditate in Rishikesh. That's the problem, you know. The problem is you come from Rishikesh and you think you can just spam the chat. You know, you think just because you come from Rishikesh, then you're a meditator. That's the problem. Grow up, really, honestly. I know you're a nice person. I know you are simply someone that has the capacity to understand, you know. You don't need to meditate with me. Just meditate by yourself. Now you're inviting me to Rishikesh to meditate. Have you ever been to Nepal? Clarity and stuff. How old are you? I'm 38. Yes, I've been in Nepal. I love Nepal. Nepal is my second home. I've been there for overall, I think, 3 years in my life. Absolutely not, bro. I'm in Chicago right now. Yo, you're in Chicago right now. I would love to visit Nepal. It's okay. It's your journey. Best of luck. Best of luck to you, my friend. Hari Om Tat Sat. That's good. That's good. You know these things. Okay. Do we have any questions? Unpinned message. We got something coming up here. Oof. We got Mason Chase here. Oh, gee. How do I practice sincerely without turning practice itself into another form of striving or self identity? Now we got a question. Pin message. And then maybe I should learn how to time. Ah, I can just put time out and stuff. Wait a second. It's hard to figure out that out. Yes, right, Luke. That's a nice question. That's a nice question. Let's read it. How do I practice sincerely without turning practice itself into another form of striving or self identity? Mason Chase. This is a very simple answer. It's a very simple, quick, efficient, my friend. I have to emphasize on it because I cannot talk about it so much and I can only talk about the context itself. Because the answer is that simply keep it private. You got it? Keep your practice private. Keep it to yourself. Don't be like that one person that goes and put up a video. I did 6 months, 1,800 hours meditation. I figured this one out. I figured that one out. That's simply a clickbait. That's something just bring attention to. The important part is that you gotta keep your spiritual awakening. You gotta keep your spiritual practices private, my friend. That's how you can grow. Otherwise, it becomes something egoistic. Otherwise, it becomes something that you brag about. Otherwise, it becomes some things that it stops you from meditation. The moment you meditate, let's say 1 hour every day, and you do it 10 days, 20 days, 1 month without any problem, and then you go sit in a situation, a gathering, people are there, and you think to yourself, okay, this is a situation that I can tell people that I meditate 1 hour every single day. Because you might want, I don't know, you're attracted to someone, you want to grab their attention, or you want to grab people's attention, and all of these situations happen. And you just reveal that I meditate 1 hour every single day. I promise you, if you do that, the next day you stop meditating. Because the whole idea of meditation is that you do it for yourself. And the moment you share it, the moment you sit with others and become that meditator, become that person that is a spiritual, become that person that sits and meditate, then it becomes so pleasant sometimes to you that you don't want to meditate anymore. You just want to tell people that I meditated. That's it. And then you keep on getting into the cycle of creating some identity for yourself based on being a spiritual, creating some identity for yourself, being someone, doing something. So the answer is clear, quick, dirty, private. Keep it private. If you really want to grow as a spiritual being, as a spiritual person, and if you want to really not care so much that you are a spiritual being and you want to show it, you got to keep it for yourself. You can continuously being humble, wise, live a nice life, be around people, but perhaps be wise, silence, allow people to ask questions. Don't tell them yourself. Don't create identity from yourself, for yourself, based on your spiritual understanding, based on your spiritual practices. That's what I often tell my the students, people who seek help from me, guidance, the ones that I have like been together with them. That's it. You do not share anything of your spiritual practices with anyone unless they ask, unless something happens. Keep it private, my friend. That's the video I first saw of yours. I see what you mean, and I think most mystics would agree. Absolutely right. That's great, thanks. Can I ask one more? You have to make me answer one question to ask another question. Is this fair or even logical? Why don't you ask the question first? Then I don't need to answer now. Okay, good. I'm glad you're laughing. If you meditate on any truth with a steadfast devotion and concentration, you will see that the mind is more and more tending onwards to oneness, taking you towards the realization of the absolute. How can one fully accept impermanence without quietly withdrawing from love, commitment, or creativity. Damn, Mason, that shows you're really doing it, man. I love that. I'm so happy that I can be in this situation and see one person is really doing it. One person is really getting deep. One person does not recite garbage in the chat to create some sort of, mental masturbation. One person seeks, one person sit and think about things. Bhagavad Gita, that's where the limit is. Hide user on this channel, no, that's too harsh. Put user in timeout. 24 hours, 30 minutes, damn. Let's see what he has to say after 5 minutes. Okay, we got him on the timeout. Who else goes on the timeout? We lost you for a second. Maybe we're back. Destroy my ego more, mommy. Yeah, Joe. I will do that. Don't you worry. Don't remind me of that, because that becomes even more intense. Let's read Mason's stuff. We unpin this one. We pin the other one. Okay. Let's read the question, huh? Maybe I drink some water. 25 people. Damn, we're popular, man. 36 likes. Damn, this is good. This is good. Joe, someone's got to destroy my ego, brother. So, how can one fully accept impermanence without quietly withdrawing from love, commitment, or creativity? Mason, you have three things that you're concerned: love, commitment, and creativity. I think between these three, it's really hard to grasp any one of any one of those individually to perfection, right? You cannot perfectly grasp love, you cannot perfectly grasp commitment, you cannot perfectly grasp this creativity. How far you can reach to grasp this love, this commitment, this creativity, you should realize that at any single given moment of this reaching, this whole love, this whole commitment, this whole creativity that you have, it's impermanent on its own. If you have creativity, you must know that after any creation is finished, you start another one. There is no creativity without creating. So either this creativity ends and one new one starts, or this one is ending at any single moment, because creating is impermanent. You cannot be creating and not be impermanent. It's the process of destroying and creating is that make it permanent. Therefore, creativity is the impermanence. This we figure out already, because before we get to the love and commitment, we have to get into the society. Then we got to talk about conditioning and things. But in the creativity section, everything is already impermanent. How can one fully accept impermanence without quietly withdrawing from creativity? That's not gonna work. The question not gonna work because creativity on its own is impermanent. And if you understand this, if you realize that creativity is impermanent, that's when you don't cling on to what you create. You don't become that one creator that says, oh, yeah, this is mine. Look what I've done. This permanent, this is like not nice. Because whatever you create, you gotta move on. You gotta let that thing behind. But this does not necessarily mean that you're withdrawing from creativity. You can create as much as you want. This enlightenment, this impermanence of things is full on creativity. Otherwise, it cannot exist. Without creativity, how can we exist? Without creativity, how can someone becomes Buddha? Buddha is the most creative person. How can without creativity someone becomes a Zen master? Therefore, the impermanence that comes from this Buddhism, that comes from this Zen, is on its own, is full on creativity, full on creation. Every single moment, this reality is being created for you, and you play part in it. You are the creator yourself. Now, let's move on to the commitment and love. How can one fully accept impermanence without quietly withdrawing from love and commitment? Because this is the question. Creativity was not part of it. Now the question makes sense. Now the question is complete. Because the understanding of love is so shallow. The understanding of commitment is so shallow. Therefore, we can ask this question. Because if you go to the peak, we talked about it. You got to reach to the perfection of love and commitment, right? When you get to the peak of love, you become full on creation. You are full on creativity. Then it becomes the same thing. Love, perfection is simply the creativity itself, the creation itself. Then there cannot be any other thing. It becomes full on compassion. It becomes full on giving. There is no destruction. That's why love is always caring. Love is always considered as the most valuable thing between human beings. Love is always the most cherished thing, even though no one means it. Even though even in you in this question don't mean it. Because what is love? Do you know what's love? Because if you are withdrawing from love, you don't know what's love. One cannot withdraw from love. One cannot say, I withdraw from love, because love on its own is impermanence. The perfection of love, you realize that you are enlightened. Full on love, the perfection of love, is the creativity. But we ask this question because our love is the love that goes on in the world. Our love is the love that comes from our parents. It's not full, it's parental love, it's partner to partner love. It's not something so valuable, it's forced love. The love in the modern world is forced. The love in the modern world is just because If you don't do it, then you're not normal. You're not part of this society. If you don't love your child, if you don't love your parents, if you don't love your wife, if you don't love your husband, what is that? You gotta love all these people, regardless of whatever. This guy, you gotta just put him in the forever jail. What is he saying even? Nobody left behind. Just get out, man. Put user in timeout. We go on a 24 hours. Let me see what he's saying. Maybe I'm not so fair to him. You are inconsiderate, God, all of you. You are. Yeah, that's some guy that even 24 hours is not enough for him. But for now, I can only do 24 hours. Okay, I got out. But let's get back in. Commitment, right? I wanted to talk more about love. Let's get back into the love. Wait, love. Our love is forced. Our love is like these hearts that you are pushing there. That's our love. The hearts that pops out on the screen, that's our love. The hearts that we put at the end of any text that we send out to our friends, or sometimes not even friends, but you're like, do I put the heart? Do I not put the heart? Is it too much? Is it like, am I indicating something deeper? Do I want to do that? Is it like, what color of the heart should be? And what should I do about this heart in general in my text? All of these things is our modern day love. Thank you for your hearts, too. I'm not saying this modern day love it's not good, but it's just shallow. It's not complete. It's not the love that any human being would really nourish on. You know, I wouldn't see these hearts in the chat and would like, wow, so much love, right? It would be like, thank you. Yes, that's not love. That's just simply something we think we have to put up to be good people, good person. We have to love our children, we have to love our parents. Therefore, the child is born 5 years old. It's like, oh, do you love me? Do you love me? The mom sits there. Do you love me? The dad sits there. Do you love me? The sister, the brother, everyone sits there. Do you love me? And the poor child is like, what is this love? You keep asking me. Yes. Okay, God damn it. Because if I say no, you will force me to love you anyway. Like, have you been in that situation? If a child says, oh no, I don't love my mom. It's like, no, you should love your mom. Oh, why? Why a child has to put up with this nonsense that he has or she has to love his or her mother? Why? Why can't this child grow up and realize, oh, mother, I love you because you're so lovely? That's our love, forced. Therefore, if you're withdrawing from that, that's not a bad thing. If you're withdrawing from that superficial love, it's okay. Because you got to withdraw from this superficial love in this modern world to be able to reach compassion, to be able to reach to a certain level of understanding. Let's get to the commitment, but there's so much going on. Let me see what's happening here. I ask about impermanence and love because once we see that our lives are a blip in in the grand scheme, it seems easier to hold life at a distance. Real, nourishing, Love seems scary knowing it all ends. Hi, are you in the forest now? No, I am. I don't know, perhaps you can call it a forest. Yeah, forest next to the ocean. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is a forest. Um, our lives are a blip in the grand scheme. Not my life, maybe yours. I don't know. Don't put me in your basket. Because if you do, then that's not true. But maybe your life is a blip in the grand scheme, not mine. Mason, why do you see yourself as a blip? Talk to me. Thank you for that question, Mason. Yes, thank you, Mason, for that question. Commitment. Yeah, we haven't talked about commitment. Okay, let's talk about the commitment part of it. Again, if you reach to perfection of commitment, you will realize that it becomes only one commitment. Because commitment on its own means you gotta commit. And if you reach to perfection of this commitment, the closer you get to the commitment, you want to drop all the commitments to commit only to perfection, right? Which again becomes impermanent. Which again, if you commit to one, it means you commit to everything. Therefore, again, perfection of the commitment is impermanent. And this commitment, again, we are talking about, is again the worldly commitments, right? It's like the love, which I would say if you come out of those commitments, not only you help yourself, you perhaps help the ones that you committed yourself to them. Because what are we even doing? Without self realization, we are really adding burden. We're only adding certain amount of burden to this world, to these people, to this reality. Therefore, it's okay to withdraw from that commitment as well. And it's not as scary. You can do it slowly, one by one. You don't need to drop all your commitments. You don't need to become a hermit. You don't need to go to Himalayas. You can enjoy your life. You can just really celebrate your life. You live your life and find your tribe and see who's out there. You go meet them. You just reduce your commitment to this society, to this world, to this nonsense. I mean, look at the universe. Look at how limited lifespan of human is. Look at how we all die and are forgotten within 1 or 2 generations. I don't mean to be nihilistic, but it's simply true, right? Is it true? What? What is true? That we die? Yeah, it's true. But how is that going to do with one moment right now? How is us doing and no one remembering us make us a blip right now? I don't understand why the result has to do anything with the process at the moment. If I can reach bliss, if I can reach full on love and perfection Don't ever go for perfection, of course. We don't want to be there because perfection is the death itself, right? If something perfect, then it cannot grow. Therefore, this is perfection. Therefore, we go toward this to perfect this life, to perfect this maturity. However, what I am right now has nothing to do with no one's remember me after 1 or 2 generations. How is that make me a blip right now? I don't understand. Whoever is putting up that heart for the past, I don't know how many minutes, thank you. Maybe is the is the friend that we silented him for the next 24 hours now wants to spam us with the heart. But the heart is fine. You just keep on wasting your life doing that. Or maybe he's someone that gives me love. Thank you so much. That's a great answer. Thank you. Yes, it is a great answer, brother. Because I am not a blip. You're not a blip. No one is a blip. Even that guy that is just can't let it go. He's not a blip. I mean, maybe he is, but not me, him. I'm just having fun. Any more questions? 40 likes. Damn. Abundance. Abundance. 15. You got plenty of people today hanging around for quite a while. Thank you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being here. Yes. Om, brother. Om. Unpin this message. Do we end this session? Do we continue this session? What do you say? Is there anything out there that we can touch upon if there is any need? Your clothing, do you make it? Yeah, that's not a question related to, I guess, today, but yeah, that's a quick answer. Yeah, my partner makes it. That's um, that's generally very good practice. If you can create your own clothes, then you don't need to buy any. You look like a Jedi. Yo. Yeah, no, Jedi doesn't have that. Jedi has the thingy. My head's hurting. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, brother. I talk too much. Thank you so much for the breathing video, inhalation and exhalation. I did practice it today. Simple enlightenment. Simple and enlightenment. Thank you. Thank you for practicing it. I think I will put up a video today. Yeah, yeah. This is going to go ballistic. This is going to be like oof, millions and millions and millions views. That kind of video. What is something difficult that you have gone through spiritually in recent years? And how did you come out the other side? Very beautiful, Mason. That's what I'm saying. You work, you do the job. You are on the path, brother. I will pin this message. I hope you are. I mean, like your questions sound like it. You might be asking, I don't know, ChatGPT, please tell me the most good questions that I can ask someone, all of these things. But if these are your observations, great, brother. Please describe your meditation technique. How can beginners start meditating? Indra Devnaka. No, these are from the heart only. Okay, the heart is good. The heart is good. What is something difficult that you have gone through spiritually in recent years, and how did you come out of the other side? I haven't came out of the other side, brother. I'm still at this side. I'm still here. I'm still part of this side. So the breakthrough, I don't know. I don't think I've done any breakthrough. But I will tell you what is something difficult that you have gone through spiritually in recent years. The most difficult part of this journey is going through the experience of someone spiritual. This is the hardest thing one can do in the modern world, to become a spiritual. Not because it's hard to be a spiritual. No, it's difficult, it's hard to stay spiritual in the world that the spirituality is also part of the material world. It's difficult because the spirituality is not mature enough to be part of its own creation, to be part of its own agenda. The agenda is still part of the material world. The agenda is still how we can just make ourselves a little bit more spiritual, therefore be able to benefit from it. That's the most difficult because you get sucked in. At some point, as a spiritual person, you will get sucked in. There is a side. Yeah, Luke, have a good one. So, therefore, I emphasize keep your practices private, keep your practices for yourself. Be a spiritual individually. Don't be a spiritual in a group. Don't get into any belief system. Don't be part of any idea. Don't be part of any psychedelic trip. Because most of the spirituality in this world right now is about psychedelic trips. And I have no personally interest in people's psychedelic trips. Why would I want to be interested in people's psychedelic trips? And people keep on just want to tell you about their psychedelic trips. What do I have to do with your DMT trip? If you think you figured the whole thing out and I am the one that just doing it wrong or whatever, then just stay with your DMT, right? Although, don't take it literally, but don't get involved with the psychedelic trip of things. Get involved with the spirituality. And it's simple, it's individual, it's private, it's personal. I'm just curious where you're from and which country you live in. Why are you curious? What's the point of it? Like I could be from anywhere and I could be living anywhere. What's the curiosity? Is it because I'm somewhat important to you? Because I shouldn't. I'm like any other 8 billion peoples out there. Are you curious about them as well? No, you're not. What's your opinion about Papa G? The problem, you know, we are facing usually is that maybe I shouldn't mention it, but it's okay. This no, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't mention it. I don't want to create so much tension. I don't want to get involved with the tension. So yeah, let's not do that. And no, brother, I have no opinion about Papa G or any other Papa. Um, Mason, I put this on pin message. Let's see. 41 likes. Damn, I'm popular. 41 people came in, liked, and went out. And this guy still is hitting the heart. You see? Some people only need some attention, and when you give them a little bit attention, they lose themselves to it. Was there a time in your life where you weren't spiritual, where you always inclined this way? For me, this started when my mom died. If you didn't used to be, what changed? That's last question from me. Okay, Mason. Let's cherish your last question. So, was there a time in your life where you weren't the spiritual? Yes. Now, I am not a spiritual person. That must not be mistaken. So, the first part, was there a time in your life where you weren't the spiritual? Yes. I haven't been a spiritual in my life at all. Or were you always inclined this way? What way? I don't know what you're talking about. For me, it started when my mom died. So, what has started? What is the spirituality? What's your definition of a spirituality? Are we talking about the regular terms of a spirituality? Because spirituality has plenty definitions. And most of these definitions comes mostly from belief systems. And the moment you take the belief system out of it, then there is no the spirituality. Uh, for me, this started when my mom died. If you didn't used to be, what changed? That's the last question for me. But what's changed? What's changed in me that I look spiritual? Because perhaps you see me as a spiritual person, but no, I consider myself a scientist. I consider myself more the other side, you know, the part that you think is not a spiritual, because scientists also can be a spiritual. That's what I'm saying. The definition of spirituality, we don't know what it is. But what changed to be real is that there were times in my life that I was in denial of this spirituality. And there were times in my life that I realized that it's not black and white. I realized that there is no spectrum. I could not see the other side because I had to travel to the other spectrum to see what's going on. But at the end of that spectrum, you got to realize that it's not white and black as well. So it's not black and white, and it's not white and black, which I guess that gives this place to non duality, what we know, right? In the whole, let's say, Buddhism lineage, we have this concept of non duality, one of the most magnificent concepts. For a few thousand years, we know this non duality. We know that, yo, don't fall for one, because the black has a dot in it that is white, and the white has a dot in it that is black. Don't fall for any side. Stay non dual, my friend. The ultimate Zen teaching, right? This was the time that I realized, this moment in my life, that, yo, I was wrong, because there is a white dot in me. That was the time. And that realization happened mostly in that period of 6 months that I made a video about it. And that was in 2018. So I guess we covered it, huh? Mason, you happy? You happy with the answer? You're a real person. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Yeah, man, you didn't know I'm a real person before that, huh? That makes me worried now. I am real. 42 likes. Damn. Happy. Mason is happy. Oh, the hot guy is left. He will be back so quick. Wait a second. Unless he's not listening. 2.5 hours we've been sitting here. Did we answer anything? We answered some. It wasn't bad. We had a good run. We enjoyed it. Is there more? I've been meaning to talk to you, brother. I meditate in my backyard 30 minutes to an hour. The longest meditation I did was 5 hours. I also learned you can combine yoga and meditation. Yeah, man, you can combine anything with meditation, because meditation is simply being able to be present, you know. Again, we are lost in translation, you know. We don't know what's meditation, you know, like based on who teaches us, based on what lineage, what comes out. Whoever you ask how to meditate, you think meditation has some definition, but meditation is always available. We can meditate right now with this screen, with this text, with this guy that it puts up the hearts. I'm grateful though. Simple enlightenment message retracted. What is that? You deleted it? Is that what it means? But yeah, thank you for meditating, brother. That's the ultimate request I have. Please meditate. Alex, right. Do you ever feel a tension between your insights into reality? Perhaps ones that make the waking world seem unreal or meaningless, and your worldly pursuits, such as taking time to make videos. Yeah, that's something we can work on, you know. What's your best advice? Oh, damn it. You asked the ultimate question. Now, if I answer, I can not exist, my friend. I gotta keep the best advice for you to come back. So, I will keep it the best advice. Do you ever feel a tension between your insights into reality? Perhaps ones that make the waking world seem unreal or meaningless, and your worldly pursuits, such as taking time to make videos. I want to tell you something. It will sound very egoistic. It will sound very materialistic. It will sound very dogmatic. It will sound very stupid. It will sound not intelligent at all. But I honestly cannot answer this question any other way. To answer this, I have to bring your attention to the moment that you communicate with a child. Based on your intelligence, an average human being would communicate with a child in the child level. So, any average human being, if he wants to communicate with a child, has to come to the child level, has to simplify things, has to be able to communicate with the child. This is an average human being. We have lower average human beings that they are just absolutely, in a way, either they cannot or they are somehow, let's say, are very conditioned, they're just assholes and all of these things. They will not communicate with the child either at all, or if they communicate with the child, they communicate in their own level. They expect the child to understand their level, right? We don't deal with the below average. Let's go above average. Now, the above average human being not only communicate with the children, their same level, they communicate with the average human being also in the average human being level. Why? Because when you're higher, you can go lower. But when you're lower, you cannot go higher. So the child cannot understand the average human being. The child only understands the lower because haven't gone through resilience and through educations and through learning, through imitations to understand certain things. But then above average, They communicate best with the average human beings in their own level. Unless, again, they are dickheads and assholes and manipulators and hierarchies people, right? Capitalistic. They want to benefit, right, from this side. Therefore, they will not communicate in the average way. They will not bring themselves down. They stay above and they think they own the average because they have the money, they have the power, whatever, right? Now, an intelligent being would communicate equally. An intelligent being will try to simplify things as much as possible for that person to understand. For example, I don't know if you're a Westerner or not, but your name, Alex, it can be more like a, first world country kind of guy. So some people, Westerners, travel to third world countries, let's say. Some of them, they are educated, very well, intelligent. Therefore, they communicate with the countries that they travel to in their same level. They don't see themselves better. They don't look at themselves colonizers. They don't look at themselves as like someone that is better than the child in this country, right? They don't exploit. They become same level, and whichever you require, you stay in that level. You always communicate with people in their own level. And the higher intelligence you will achieve, it becomes easier for you to play this game because again the high can go low but the low cannot go high, right? Therefore, if I have to communicate with children, I will bring myself to the children level. You do that too. There is no problem in it, there is no wrong in it. Yes, sometimes you might suffer, the children don't understand. They're like, when you want to teach things to kids, you gotta go through this whole pulling your hair out because the children is just like distracted. They want to do their own things. They don't want to learn. Good for them. I don't want anyone to learn from me. Therefore, yes, yeah, it's a little bit painful sometimes, but that's how it is. That's simply how it is. So, hello, brother. First, thank you for sharing your wisdom on meditation. My question is, every after I finish my meditation session, I feel clear, but also feel left out of this functional world. Okay, we might come back to this. Wait a second. Let me unpin this one. See what happened afterward. Brother, did you know The Art of War by Sun Tzu and Holy Bible? You're not wrong, brother. I'm listening to your advice while taking out time, thinking about people on social media, like on Discord and 4chan. I'm not. I'm using a pseudonym. Ah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, that doesn't matter really. Enlightenment has put me in a corner. It's hard for me to make friendship or relationship. Yeah, you don't act like enlightened, brother. Like honestly, the simple enlightenment. Don't act like enlightened. Simply like that. Then you will make friends, you will make relationships. Drop this acting, drop this I'm enlightened. Oh, what is this? If you were enlightened, your name wasn't simple enlightenment. Was it? I don't know you. Don't take it literally. I don't know you at all. You might be enlightened. I'm just saying, don't play the game either. Uh, Sir, what influence do India have on you? No influence India has on me. All answer to the questions, just determinism. What? This happens now, that happens. Cause and effect. Thought about getting a whiteboard, mammy. Whoa, Joe, whiteboard. That's actually a nice idea. Whiteboard. It's expensive. If you want to get a big one, I think it's very expensive. Maybe if I earn some money, yeah, I will do that. What do you think dreams are? Maybe I can just do something about the wall and yeah, if I put a plastic on the wall, that's brilliant. Man, Joe, it's brilliant. I will put a plastic and then I can just write on this. Nice, nice. A whiteboard is $20. Yeah, not in a remote island, but yeah. Um, I'll answer to the questions, just determinism. And how, what do you think dreams are? I don't know, man. Dreams, the names is on it. How would I know? It's a dream. I'm saying Discord is toxic platform full of manipulative people, so I've learned to focus on the good people and guide them out of darkness. Oof. When I have lots of money, I'll gift you one. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I will wait for that time that you have lots of money. Okay. There was some question, but I need a bathroom break. I need to go. Hello, brother. Clear, but also left. I feel clear, but also feel left out of this functional world. What kind of meditation do you do? I don't meditate, brother. When I have lots of money, I'll gift you. Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna go to the toilet, come back, and maybe we can find some nice question to answer. Give me 2 minutes. I will put 2 min pee break. And then I will pin this one. It's going to be more than 2 min, but you know, people come in, oh, 2 min, he's gonna be back soon. So you just gotta manipulate people. Ay, ay, ay. Oof, I gotta We are back on pin message. Okay, I see some people also need to go into the timeout jail, huh? What's going on here? Have anyone read Art of War? Sure, can you explain more? Beat your chest and scare them off, then you don't need to fight. I've read bits that call to me. If you do, make sure you have the upper hand and be, yeah, you get so soon, nonsense. Be getting extra wisdom, but no wisdom and deeper than the perfection of wisdom and bam. She's a mother. Has anyone listened to Osho? Sure, I don't know what is it about being. Okay, I think these people eventually will go to the jail, and eventually I think they will stay in the jail, and I will hide them from the channel. But at the moment, I will see if they will change their behavior. Maybe they become a little bit more present. Maybe they just don't love Osho. But we'll see. 45 likes. Damn. Everyone thinks that when your video goes like viral, it's a blessing. It's actually very disturbing. It's nice to get the attention. It's nice to put up the work and do that process to bring more people in to find like I don't know, like I have 1,000 new subscribers and perhaps like 10 of them or like 20 of them are the ones that I'm looking for. Like 90%, 95, 97, 98% is just like spam, and they're not really ready to change or they want to do anything with their life. They just want to hang around, entertain themselves, and do something. Everyone gets it eventually. They seem like that. Everyone gets it eventually. And that's what we are saying for thousands of years, and no one gets it yet. Everyone is a Buddha. I know this for a fact. Because I'll never abandon anyone. Are you claiming that you're a Buddha? Please do that. Then I can just easily put you in the jail, hide you from the channel. I already know that I don't need to deal with you. You guys know who is Lord Shiva, not my Lord. I don't think everyone has to have an extraordinary life. You know, you see, like you can simply put this on the chat. It has some meaning, it has some depth in it. Not nonsense. What are you doing with your life, really? Just talking about bullshit all the time? Whoa, look who's we got here. Chris. Stop making fun of others, Chris. Bad behavior, my friend. Don't do what I do. I do with compassion. You do with those emojis. How's it going? Doing fine? You always pop in and say, yes, it's still sober, but is it today still the same thing? Hmm. Mm-mm. That's a good question. I just answered it very simple because I know you wouldn't pay attention and you are not the one that looking for the answer, but I think the answer for others is nice. Why there is a lot of spiritual teachers nowadays? It's because the spirituality is the easiest thing to sell, my friend. You don't need a product. You need to be able to convince people to something that doesn't exist. I was biking for like 2 hours. That's pretty much it. Made me clothing and my food. Made my clothing and food. Nice, Chris. That's good. Biking for 2 hours is good. Self discipline is different in everyone's eyes. Hmm. Honestly, don't know what to do. I really want to hide some people from the chat, but at the same time, I don't want to be an asshole. Have you ever done a Vipassana course? No, I haven't done it, John. Johan. Yeah, whatever. Brother, I'm in the jungle and I want to connect and grow, but my mind and ego are afraid of growing. What do you think? Matteo, brother, I feel like this is you. It's not a bot. I feel like you are out there. I feel like Matteo is out there. Therefore, I will give an answer because this guy said, let go of thinking. And if I let these people answer, the world will stay grim. And therefore, don't pay attention to him or whoever that thing is. I read the question again. Pin message. Brother, I'm in the jungle and I want to connect and grow, but my mind and ego are afraid of growing. What do you think? I think if you are in a jungle, perhaps let the jungle take over because things grow naturally in the jungle. Simple. If you're in the jungle, just sit and do nothing. 3 hours today, we were sitting here. I will unpin this message because at the moment I gotta deal with these new people that they found the channel. mentally and emotionally gotta come clean with this, that I have to repel some people because some people are not the ones that I really am here for, you know. And you gotta also keep yourself in a way intact from damage and destruction. It's not worth to go through this, you know, dealing with certain agony and suffering. What is your opinion of Sadhguru? I find benefit to his teachings and yoga. Why is my opinion about Sadhguru is important? I don't understand. If you are taking benefit, why is my opinion important? Either you made your mind before the question, or you're waiting for me to say something and you tell me, no, you're wrong. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, now Sarah is also getting hit from this thing. Nice. In the jungle, retreat necessary. Do you think is a city not also an organic entity in a way? Even a house, a neighborhood. Why do I obsess spending so much time like feeling full awake, feeling every movement in presence until you start to involve fully with routine life like it once you like fall from heights. I don't know. Either I'm getting tired or I don't understand what's happening here. What's the worst thing happened to you in the forest? A snake or a tiger? I think simple enlightenment can also go simply enlightened in the dark. Yeah, no, I think I'm getting tired. 3 hours is enough to deal with this. Thank you too, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I think I will hold my palms together in front of my chest to show my gratitude, my love to you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing Slush. You're always too late, brother. I'm standing in gratitude right now. Don't do this to me. I gotta go. Have a good one, Mammy. Yes, you too, man. So, we started this session and we will end this session. The Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, all enlightened beings, enlightened masters, all the spiritual helpers, the spiritual seekers, my higher self, I humbly thank you for being here with us. Thank you with full surrender. Ah, man, we end this session today. Thank you. Huh. You just woke up, huh? Matteo, thank you, brother. Jay, thank you for sharing. Goodbye. Take care, Alex. Thanks, Slush, for being here. Really appreciate all of you and see you soon.